In today's video, I want to talk about a topic that I get asked about an awful lot. I get messaged on Instagram and I get asked in the YouTube comments almost every week about this. So I thought it was high time that I just made a video on it. So I hope that this video will help you if you want to know the answer to this question. So the question that actually prompted me to make a video reply was this question that I got sent on Instagram over at Dr. Sarah Nicholls. Hi Sarah, I've been binge watching your videos and they are great, thank you. But I do have some questions regarding the work-life balance of doctors. I'm a graduate and I got an offer to study undergrad medicine. I really like the idea of becoming a doctor as I love helping people, and I've really enjoyed my work experience and volunteering. My only concern is that I may not be able to cope with the pressure and the long hours. Obviously, I know that this may vary with specialities, but I would like to know if you've experienced this before you entered med school. I just don't want to graduate from med school and realise I cannot cope with the pressure. Thank you. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, then I'm Sarah. Hi, I'm a doctor in the UK and I make videos about my life as a doctor, doing vlogs and things like that. And I also make videos about my life outside of work. So this is a huge topic and I think it needs to be addressed head on. If you like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of this kind of video, then head on over to my playlist and I'm sure you'll find something else that you find interesting as well. So, okay, work-life balance as a doctor. It's a difficult topic, isn't it? I mean, we all know that doctors work long hours, and with the NHS in the state that it's in at the moment, we don't have enough doctors to fill all of the jobs, so we are quite overstretched. I want to start by just telling you a little bit about me in case you haven't seen any of my videos before. I'm a graduate entry medic, which means that I did an undergraduate degree and then I did medicine afterwards. So I did an accelerated course called GEM, Graduate Entry Medicine, and from your question it sounds like you have a degree already and you have a place at undergraduate medical school, which is fantastic. So it's the 5-year course that you'll be doing. So first of all, I'd like to say congratulations on your offer of med school. That is amazing, well done. And the other thing I'd like to say is congratulations on your work experience and your volunteering, and also for actually asking the question of whether you can cope with the long hours, because I think that something that probably a lot of people do is jump into medicine feet first without really thinking about what the job itself is like and critically analysing whether it is for them. So well done you for actually thinking about whether you can cope with the long hours or not. And I think it's a very valid question and definitely something that I have asked myself many a time. So let's talk about it. Before I applied to medical school, I definitely considered the long hours, and it was something that worried me a bit, but I was more worried about the amount of studying I was going to have to do at medical school, and I think I really just focused on that, and that got me through. As a graduate, I've worked many jobs other than medicine and being a doctor, so I've done lots of jobs that have long hours, and I kind of was used to the long hours. So I can say that the hours in medicine are quite long, but the work itself is definitely the hardest I've ever done. As a doctor, you have not only the long hours and the understaffing to battle with, but you have a huge amount of responsibility on your shoulders. And that is quite daunting, and it is a lot of pressure, and it's something that takes a lot of getting used to. So last year I was an F1 doctor, which means that that was my first year qualified, and I found it was a huge jump up from medical school. The long hours and the responsibility really weighed me down, and I had sometimes in sometimes in F1 that I felt I didn't know if I could cope with the pressure of it, and I spoke about that on a few of my videos, so if you want to have a look at those, then I'll link them down below. But I think that the thing to remember is that your foundation years, your F1 and F2, which is something that everyone has to do after graduating from medical school, those years are quite intense, and they are kind of, well, they're your foundation years. They're what you build on afterwards. Once you finish your foundation years, you can go on and specialise in whichever specialty it is that you're interested in. And there are definitely some specialties that have a good work-life balance. And I'm sure that as you progress through medical school and progress through your medical career, if it is what you choose to do, that you will find that one that has a good work-life balance. Now, for me personally, work-life balance has always been a top priority in my choices around my career. I absolutely adore my family and my friends, and I love spending time with them as much as I possibly can, and I have lots of hobbies. I also have this YouTube channel, and I have a small business that I run as well. So I'm quite busy. I also do lots of sports and things like that, or not sports, more keeping fit. But yeah, I've got lots of things going on outside of work, and I have managed to keep them up during my foundation years. I would say that I have kind of tapered them off ever so slightly, but I'm still carrying them on. So I do still have a work-life balance, and I do still manage to see all my friends and family. And I'd say more so than when I was in medical school. Because in med school, I had so much studying to do that I'd often feel guilty about socialising or seeing family, and instead I would choose to go to the library or stay at home and study. So in that sense, probably my work-life balance has improved, and I've got a bit of money now to spend, so that obviously improves your social life. Okay, I just wrote down a few points so I can remind myself of what I wanted to say to you. And it looks like I've deleted it. Okay, what I wanted to say was that in medicine, you are given so many opportunities. Becoming a doctor isn't just one career. You can become a plastic surgeon or a GP, or you can go and work in A&E, or you could be someone out working in pre-hospital medicine out in the field. To be honest, it's so many different careers all lumped under one category of being a doctor. And like I said, you will find the one that suits you and suits your personality. So for example, I hear that dermatology and ophthalmology are meant to have very good work-life balance. So maybe that might be something that you would consider. The other thing to think about is that in medicine, we have so many opportunities to do other kind of work that's not just within the NHS. So if you decided later down the line to become a private practitioner or to become a locum doctor who picks and chooses when they work, then maybe that would be something that you would think about. The other thing to mention is that the NHS is really good at supporting people to become less than full-time, so basically to do part-time work. And I know that that really works well for a lot of doctors, whether it be that they have something going on outside of work, maybe a business, for example, that I do, or if they've got children or other commitments. I think that working less than full-time has really helped a lot of people, so that's something to think about. And the final point that I would make is that if medicine is something that you really love the idea of, and if you can't think of anything else that you want to do, then give it a shot and see if it is for you, for yourself, because no one can answer these questions but you. And if it's something that you truly, truly love, then you will be excited about it all the time. So I personally am absolutely loving working at Queen's in Nottingham, and I love the buzz of being in a big hospital with loads of specialists, and every day I learn something new. It's a fantastic place to work, and I personally, although I have really long hours, I personally love my job. So if that answers your question, then I hope this has been helpful to you, and if you would like to know any more, then head on over to my channel, hit subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, and hit that bell notification if you want to get a notification when a new video comes out. I've actually got a video coming out soon about how I cope with long hours, because for example, a couple of weeks ago I did a 72-hour week, and then on my one day off I went to a conference, so that basically took my hours for the week up to more than 80. So yeah, it is a bit long sometimes, so I'm going to be making a video about how I actually cope with that pressure, so make sure you're subscribed if you'd like to see that. If this has been helpful to you, then give that thumbs up button a hit, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!